suggests that in another generation or two, natural conception will become a luxury rather than the norm. Now, imagine this. You're sitting down to eat a plate of vegetables, thinking you're doing your body a favor. After all, vegetables are supposed to be healthy, right? They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. But what if I told you that certain vegetables, the very ones you might think are good for you, could be sabotaging your fertility, lowering your testosterone, and killing off your sperm before they even get a chance to do their job? This is not about scaring you away from vegetables altogether. This is about knowledge. Because the truth is, not all vegetables are created equal. Some carry compounds that mimic estrogen. Some are sprayed with chemicals that disrupt your hormones. Some, when eaten in the wrong way or in excess, can quietly chip away at your sperm quality until one day you realize your reproductive health has been compromised. Today, I want to take you deep into the science, the stories, and the shocking reality behind why your sperm count might be dropping fast, and which vegetables you need to stop eating if you truly want to protect your fertility. It's easy to think of sperm count as a personal issue, something only a handful of unlucky men have to deal with. But the truth is far bigger. We're living in the middle of what researchers now call a sperm crisis. In 2017, a landmark study published in the journal Human Reproduction Update looked at data from over 40,000 men across North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The conclusion shocked the medical world. Sperm counts had plummeted by more than 50% in less than 4 decades. That's not just a statistic. That's millions of men, fathers, husbands, young guys hoping to start families someday, all facing a quiet but devastating decline in their fertility. Before we get to those specific vegetables, let's build the foundation. To understand how they affect you, we need to know how sperm is made and why it's so vulnerable. Inside your testes are tiny, intricate factories known as seminiferous tubules. This is where sperm production happens. Every second, thousands of microscopic cells begin their journey to becoming sperm. The process takes about 64 to 74 days from start to finish. Now here's the critical part. This process is hormone-driven. Testosterone, the male hormone, is the fuel that powers sperm production. Estrogen, the female hormone, plays a balancing role but in much smaller amounts. If testosterone falls, sperm production suffers. If estrogen rises too high, sperm quality drops dramatically. And this is exactly where diet and certain vegetables come into play. Some vegetables contain natural compounds called phytoestrogens. These plant-based estrogens mimic the real estrogen in your body. When consumed occasionally and in small amounts, they may not do much harm. But when eaten regularly or in large quantities, they start to tip the balance, lowering testosterone and raising estrogen-like activity. The result? Lower sperm count, weaker sperm motility, poor sperm morphology. In plain language, your sperm not only decreases in number, but also loses its ability to swim properly and fertilize an egg. And to make matters worse, modern farming practices have drenched many vegetables in pesticides, herbicides, and endocrine-disrupting chemicals. These residues don't just wash off with water, they build up in your body over time, adding more stress to your reproductive system. So, which vegetables are the worst offenders? Let's dig into them. When we talk about vegetables that harm male fertility, we're not saying these foods are bad in all contexts. Some of them even have health benefits. The danger lies in the compounds they contain, how much of them you eat, and how your body responds. Let's explore the biggest culprits. Soybeans and soy-based vegetables. Soy is everywhere. Soy milk, soy protein powder, soy flour, tofu, edamame. It's become a staple in the modern diet, especially for people trying to cut down on meat. But soybeans are loaded with isoflavones, a type of phytoestrogen. Study after study has shown that high intake of soy can reduce testosterone levels and lower sperm concentration. In one Harvard study, men who consumed large amounts of soy had significantly lower sperm counts than those who avoided it. Think about that. A single vegetable-based protein, eaten in high amounts, can literally change your hormone profile. Now, soy in tiny amounts may not devastate you, but the problem is soy has infiltrated almost everything. It's in protein bars, breads, sauces, snacks, and even some processed meats. The modern man is drowning in soy without even realizing it. For sperm health, the best move is strictly limiting soy-based vegetables and products. Now let's come to mint, spearmint, and peppermint. You might not think of mint leaves as harmful, but both spearmint and peppermint have been linked to lower testosterone levels in men. Animal studies repeatedly show that spearmint tea, for example, reduces testosterone significantly and damages sperm quality. When tested on rats, peppermint has been found to curb the key male reproductive hormone, testosterone, and enhance female reproductive hormones like follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, and luteinizing hormone, LH. Studies show that spearmint can reduce serum testosterone, sperm count, and sperm mobility, but increasing female reproduction hormones in women. Hence, men should avoid regular mint consumption, although their partners can very well go for it. Now, mint in toothpaste or gum won't ruin your fertility. But regularly drinking mint teas or consuming large amounts of mint leaves can add up. The compounds in mint appear to act on the hypothalamus, reducing the signals that trigger testosterone production. That means less testosterone, fewer sperm, and a weaker sex drive. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and lettuce are usually considered superfoods. But here's the problem. In the United States, these greens are often sprayed with some of the heaviest loads of pesticides. Take spinach, for example. Every year, the Environmental Working Group releases a dirty dozen list of the most pesticide-contaminated fruits and vegetables. Spinach almost always ranks near the top. What does that mean for your sperm? Pesticides are well-documented endocrine disruptors. They mimic estrogen, block testosterone, and directly damage sperm DNA. In fact, farm workers exposed to high pesticide levels often suffer from infertility at alarming rates. So even if spinach itself is not the villain, the chemicals coating it can be. That's why washing isn't enough. Many pesticides seep into the plant tissue. For male fertility, conventional spinach, kale, and lettuce are risky unless you can buy them organic. Licorice root and licorice-based veggies. Licorice root is used in teas, candies, and sometimes in cooking. But studies have shown that licorice lowers testosterone levels in men, significantly reducing sperm production. One study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that even small doses of licorice root could reduce testosterone by nearly 30%. That's a massive hormonal shift for such a small plant. Now let's move to cruciferous vegetables grown with heavy metals. Broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are usually excellent for health. But here's the problem. Cruciferous vegetables are known to absorb heavy metals like cadmium from the soil. Cadmium is toxic to sperm. High cadmium exposure is linked to decreased sperm motility, DNA fragmentation, and reduced overall sperm counts. While cruciferous vegetables themselves aren't inherently harmful, when grown in contaminated soil, they can deliver heavy metals straight into your body. This is especially concerning in industrial farming areas where soil pollution is high. When we talk about vegetables and sperm count, it's not always the vegetable itself that's the problem. Very often, the real danger lies in how that vegetable was grown, processed, and delivered to your plate. Modern farming has changed dramatically in the past 50 years, and sadly, not for the better when it comes to male fertility. Farmers now use synthetic pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and growth regulators on crops at levels our great-grandparents could never have imagined. These chemicals don't just protect vegetables from pests, they also act as endocrine disruptors in the human body. Endocrine disruptors are chemicals that interfere with the delicate hormone system that controls everything from puberty to sperm production to libido. When you eat vegetables coated in these chemicals, you're basically swallowing fake hormones that trick your body into thinking it has more estrogen than it actually does. Here's the scary part. Research shows that even tiny doses of these chemicals can have massive long-term effects on fertility. Unlike toxins that need large amounts to poison you, endocrine disruptors work subtly, interfering with your hormone system over time. A pesticide called atrazine, widely used in U.S. agriculture, has been shown to feminize male frogs, literally turning some of them into females capable of laying eggs. If a chemical is powerful enough to change the sex of an animal, imagine what constant exposure does to the fragile balance of testosterone and sperm production in men. It's not just farm chemicals. Once vegetables are harvested, they're often packaged in plastics that contain BPA, bisphenol A, or phthalates. These chemicals also mimic estrogen. Every time you microwave leftovers in a plastic container or eat pre-cut vegetables from plastic trays, you may be adding another dose of hormone disruptors into your system. Studies have shown that BPA exposure is directly linked to lower sperm count and poor sperm quality. Even more alarming, men exposed to high levels of BPA often show DNA damage in their sperm, damage that can affect not only fertility but the health of future children. Many genetically modified crops, such as soy and corn, are designed to withstand heavy spraying of herbicides like glyphosate, commonly sold as Roundup. Glyphosate residues remain on these crops, and once consumed, they can disrupt gut bacteria, interfere with hormone metabolism, and directly harm sperm cells. In 2020, a study from Argentina found that even low doses of glyphosate exposure caused severe sperm abnormalities in animals. Now consider how often glyphosate-sprayed crops end up in processed foods, corn oils, soy-based snacks, and vegetable products across the U.S. This is why simply saying, "Eat vegetables, they're healthy," is not enough anymore. Today, the real health advice is, choose vegetables that won't poison your fertility. Now that we've explored the dark side of certain vegetables, pesticides, and chemicals, the question is, what can men do to protect and even restore their sperm count? Thankfully, nature gives us just as many solutions as it gives us problems. By removing or limiting the harmful vegetables and replacing them with fertility-friendly alternatives, you can give your body the best chance to produce strong, healthy sperm. 1. Go organic whenever possible. This may sound obvious, but it's one of the most effective strategies. Organic vegetables are grown without synthetic pesticides or herbicides, dramatically reducing your exposure to endocrine disruptors. Studies show that men who eat organic produce have higher sperm counts and better sperm motility than those who rely on conventional produce. While organic can be more expensive, focus on buying organic versions of the Dirty Dozen, the 12 fruits and vegetables most contaminated by pesticides each year. Spinach, kale, and strawberries are almost always on that list. 2. Favor testosterone-supporting vegetables. Not all vegetables are harmful. In fact, many can actively support sperm health and testosterone. For example, tomatoes, rich in lycopene, which improves sperm motility and morphology. Garlic and onions contain compounds that boost testosterone and improve blood flow to the testes. Bell peppers, high in vitamin C, which protects sperm DNA from oxidative damage. Beets, increase nitric oxide, improving blood flow and oxygen delivery to reproductive organs. The key is balance. Choose vegetables with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, while avoiding the ones that mimic estrogen. 3. Add zinc-rich foods. Zinc is one of the most critical minerals for male fertility. Without zinc, testosterone production plummets and sperm count collapses. Good vegetable sources of zinc are limited, but pumpkin seeds and chickpeas can help. Pairing them with zinc-rich animal foods like oysters, beef, or eggs can give your sperm the nutrition they crave. 4. Use healthy oils instead of processed vegetable oils. Switching from soybean or corn oil to extra virgin olive oil can make a huge difference. Olive oil not only avoids the omega-6 overload, but also contains antioxidants that protect sperm from oxidative stress. Avocado oil and coconut oil are also excellent choices. 5. Focus on detoxification foods. Your liver is responsible for breaking down excess estrogen and eliminating toxins from pesticides. Supporting your liver can directly support your fertility. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli sprouts, when grown organically and free of heavy metals, contain compounds like sulforaphane that help the liver process estrogen more efficiently. But remember, source matters. Organic, clean soil crucifers are helpful. Conventionally farmed ones in polluted soil may harm more than help. 6. Hydrate, but be smart about it. Water is essential for healthy semen production, but many municipal water supplies in the U.S. contain trace amounts of chemicals like chlorine, fluoride, and even pharmaceutical residues that can harm fertility. Using a high-quality water filter ensures that the water supporting your sperm health is pure. Thank you for staying with me through this deep dive. If you want more science-backed truths about men's health, fertility, and nutrition, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Your journey to stronger, healthier, and more vibrant manhood starts with awareness. And now, you have it. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.